God has now told you to reveal something very shocking. Because of someone's anger, death will come into the lives of your children, and you must prevent this from happening by the end of 2024. You must act now to ensure that this tragedy does not touch your life. There is someone close to you who lies and is far from honest, and this could lead to something devastating. This will only happen if you do not heed this warning. The angels are warning you for the first and last time. If you try to ignore this message, you will face great consequences. The spirit of death is at work, and those around you may try to interfere with your happiness, showing you falsehoods. Someone is acting in bad faith, and if you do not discover the truth today, you may be left behind in a circle of evil. That is why this message has arrived in time to save you from this great, unforeseen event. The devil is trying once again to put your life at risk. You must listen carefully to ensure that he does not steal your happiness, strength, or bring suffering into your life. Something terrible could happen at any moment, and that is why I ask you, for the first and last time, to take this seriously before you are caught in the trap set by your enemy. The angels had a vision of you suffering a terrible disease that could take you away from your work, because you would lose the strength and desire to make something extraordinary happen in your life. Anxiety will grip your heart, and your past will try to design your soul. This is why you need to be aware and hear the truth from now on. God has given us time to save us from something very bad that could happen. And there are less than 3 hours left until a great injustice happens to someone in your family. This young man is about to lose his soul, and his salvation will be in jeopardy. His name will be lost. But if you have faith and act with transparency, nothing can bring you down. Trust in God's protection, and you will be safe. Amen. Subscribe to the channel for this divine message so you can be sure that no one can take away your happiness. Leave a like and comment with great value on this message. I ask that you share these messages with all your family members and make 19 different comments to ensure that all the bonds of cowardice are broken, leaving you free and unburdened. Amen. God warns that the enemy is always watching, waiting for a moment of weakness or a gap in our spiritual defenses. Like a wolf in sheep's clothing, the enemy can disguise itself and infiltrate our lives in ways we often do not recognize until it is too late. So be vigilant and stand firm in faith, upholding the teachings that have been passed down through the centuries. These teachings will protect your soul from the traps of the evil one. The angels warn that the cunning of the adversary is great. He uses lies and half-truths to deceive and seduce the unwary. Every word and every action must be weighed and measured in the light of divine truth. Do not let the seduction of easy promises and seemingly painless paths divert you from the straight and narrow path that leads to salvation. The archangels say that divine protection is powerful, but it requires our active cooperation to be effective. Pray, fast, and remain watchful. These are essential practices to keep the enemy at bay. Invoke the name of the Lord and ask for the intercession of saints and angels to strengthen your spiritual armor and illuminate the dark corners where the enemy hides. God warns that a commitment to morality is not just about avoiding hatred or opposition from others, but about living in such a way that you can be at peace with yourself and with God. Compromising your values for immediate gains is a dangerous path that can lead to the loss of self-esteem and the respect of others. My son, know that your actions are directly reflected in how others see and treat you. It is difficult to build a reputation for integrity, but easy to destroy. Once trust is broken, it can be almost impossible to restore. Protect your morals as if they were your greatest and most precious treasure. The seraphim announces that true greatness comes from unbreakable character, not just external successes. They encourage you to look inward and strengthen your will to live by the highest ethical standards, no matter the temptations or challenges the world presents. God warns that temptations will come in many forms, some subtle and others more direct. Be attentive and prayerful, seeking divine wisdom to discern the paths you should follow. Resistance to the temptations of the unbelievers is a demonstration of your faith and a testimony of your alliance with the divine. Write this down. I ask for true and lasting friendships, that people find loyal companions who enrich their lives with love and joy. My son, do not let yourself be carried away by fear or anguish imposed by others. Your value is not measured by the tribulations you face, but by the way you face them. Remain dignified and know that each challenge overcome is one more step towards your divine destiny. The seraphim announce that each difficulty faced with integrity is a victory in the spiritual realm. The heavens rejoice when a child of light rejects attempts to divert him from his path. Celebrate these not as personal achievements, but as triumphs of divine grace flowing through you. God warned that weakening in the face of true signs is a human temptation, but we must be prepared to recognize them and act accordingly. The discouragement that arises can lead us to make reckless decisions, moving us away from the path we should follow. The angels warn that the moment of a true sign is crucial and demands complete attention and willpower to move forward. Weakening at this time can indicate a lack of spiritual or emotional preparation, and it is essential to seek strengthening in faith and prayer to overcome these difficulties. The archangel says that every true sign comes with its challenge, and it is natural to feel intimidated. However, it is important to remember that signs are also messages affirming that you are on the right path and that you must persevere, even when the temptation to give up seems strong. God warns that true signs often come at moments of great importance and can easily be misinterpreted if the heart and mind are not prepared. Indiscretions born of weakness can lead to actions that you later regret. So it is essential to remain calm and clear in those moments. Write with me. 2930. That homeless people find a home, and that society works together to end homelessness by providing security and dignity for all. God also warns that the path of the righteous is often marked by trials and misunderstandings. Those who do not understand or accept your light may try to discredit you, using arrogance as a shield against their own insecurity. Continue to walk with humility and grace, showing by example that true power lies in kindness and forgiveness. My son, you must know that you are a reflection of the divine, and your light is a gift that must be nurtured and protected. As long as you shine, you will attract both followers and detractors. Remember, the real battle is not against those who challenge you, but against the forces of darkness that wish to see the light extinguished. The seraphim announce that your journey will be accompanied by challenges, but also by great joys. By illuminating the path of others, you also illuminate your own. Stay alert to those who approach with a pure heart, as well as to those who come with hidden intentions. Divine wisdom will guide you to distinguish between true companions and false friends. God warns that placing too much value on your past experiences can sometimes create barriers between you and those around you. Staying stuck in what ways can prevent you from forming new alliances and learning, which limits your ability to grow and adapt to new circumstances. The angels warn that by focusing excessively on the past, you may fail to realize that others could be around you with unclear or unhelpful intentions. Silent articulation of plans can come to a halt, especially if those plans are not aligned with your true interests. The archangel says that it is healthy to appreciate and learn from past experiences, but it is vital to remain open to new perspectives and ideas. Too much focus on the past can blind you to present opportunities, leaving you vulnerable to the hidden strategies of others. Please write to 3132. I request wisdom for educators who can inspire and motivate their students by providing them with an enriching and transformative education. God says that humility is the key to staying safe from the machinations of the enemy. Pride can blind us to our own shortcomings and open doors through which the enemy can enter. Recognizing our limitations and depending on the grace of God is essential to keeping our souls free from the traps of evil. The angels bring advice of peace and exhortations to patience. In a world that values quick and often hasty action, it is important to remember that many of the enemy's traps are disguised as urgency. Taking the time to reflect and seek spiritual guidance can save us from many mistakes. God is speaking to your heart right now, asking you to strengthen your faith and renew your commitment to a virtuous life. Do not allow the pressures and pleasures of this world to distract you from your greater purpose, which is eternal life. Resist temptations that promise immediate satisfaction, as they are often the vehicle through which the enemy tries to bring us down. God warns that moral integrity is the foundation on which you must build your life and success. Losing it is not only a personal failure, but an invitation for others to question your character. Impose restrictions that can limit your progress, but stay true to your principles, for they are your greatest asset. The angels warn that the loss of morality can open doors to hostility and resentment among those around you. People respect those who stand firm in their values, even in the face of temptations or challenges. Your moral coherence is a shield against those who would try to put obstacles in your path. Comment once again, 3334. I ask that mental illness be better understood and treated, that those who suffer from it find relief and acceptance, and that the stigma associated with mental health be eliminated. The Archangel says that every decision you make has an impact on your circle of influence and beyond. Keeping your integrity intact is crucial to ensuring that it is respected. Your leadership and your successes depend on this moral foundation. Without it, you become vulnerable to attacks that can not only tarnish your reputation, but also diminish your effectiveness and reach. God warns that the world is full of temptations and paths that can divert you from your true mission and happiness. It is your responsibility to stay true to your values and refuse to engage in wrong and burdensome things that may hinder your spiritual journey. The angels warn that although the world offers many distractions and temporary pleasures, it is crucial to stay focused on what has eternal meaning. By choosing to walk away from negative influences, you create room in your life for deeper experiences and blessings. The Archangel says that every choice you make contributes to the path you follow. By refusing to engage in harmful activities or behaviors, you not only protect your soul, but also set a positive example for those around you who may be struggling with similar decisions. God warns that despite the difficulties and pressures to conform to worldly standards, you must remain firm and faithful to your principles. Remember that the benefits of living a righteous life far outweigh any momentary pleasures the world can offer. God also reminds us that celebrating your successes is a time for joy, but it should also be a moment of reflection and humility. Keep in mind that triumphs can attract unwanted attention from those who do evil. Pride and envy can infiltrate those around you, putting your soul at great risk if you allow yourself to be led by arrogance. Cultural barriers can be overcome by promoting mutual understanding and respect between different peoples and cultures, enriching global society. The angels warn us of the importance of maintaining modesty and the spirit of gratitude, even in times of great success. Those who seek to harm you may disguise themselves as friends, but their true intentions are driven by envy and the desire to see your downfall. Stand firm in your faith and share your successes in ways that glorify God, not yourself. The Archangel teaches that solitary celebration is not about isolation, but about contemplation and connection with God. By celebrating your successes in private, you can focus on gratitude and divine guidance while avoiding the traps of pride and ego that come with public admiration. Angels bring messages of encouragement and support. They are at your side, ready to help you correctly interpret the signs and stay focused on your goals. Talk to them and ask for clarity and strength whenever you feel hesitant. God speaks directly to your heart, encouraging you to trust in His guidance and wisdom. Do not allow distractions to weaken your spirit. You have the strength and support you need to move forward and achieve great things. God calls us to remain vigilant and determined, especially when true signs arrive. These moments define our life's path, and it is essential to face them with courage and conviction. Trust that with divine guidance, you will not only recognize these signs, but also act appropriately and fruitfully. The angels bring advice of wisdom and patience in moments of decision. Seek divine guidance and reflect deeply on the long-term consequences of your actions. Preserving your morality is an investment in your future and in the well-being of those affected by your decisions. God speaks directly to your heart, encouraging you to stand firm, even when it seems difficult or when others around you choose easier paths. Your fidelity to your principles is a light that can guide both your life and the lives of others. I ask for help so that addicts can find the support they need to overcome their addictions and rebuild their lives with strength and hope. God calls us to be examples in a world that often celebrates compromise and expediency. Staying true to your values not only protects your own success, but also inspires those around you to seek a higher, nobler path. God warned that Satan's pride is a dangerous and deceptive force, capable of interfering with a person's best intentions and plans. This pride seeks to draw the soul to a dark place where brightness and light can no longer exist, absorbing hope and peace. The angels warn that the pride of Satan often manifests as a subtle temptation that encourages self-exaltation and deviation from divine ways. Guard your heart and mind against the vanity and self-sufficiency that it tries to instill. The archangel says that you have the power to resist the influence of Satan if you remain humble and centered on God. Humility is the antithesis of satanic pride and serves as a shield against his attempts to dim the brilliance of your soul. God warns us to always be attentive and firm in faith, for Satan's pride knows no limits in his desire to corrupt and destroy. It can disguise itself in seemingly innocent ways, trying to divert us from the path illuminated by God. The angels bring messages of comfort and encouragement, reminding you that you do not walk alone. They are always at your side, offering you their strength and support. Receive your blessings and allow them to manifest in your life as sources of peace and resilience. God speaks to your heart, reaffirming that your journey is just and your cause is noble. Do not let yourself be disturbed by the plans of those who do not have faith. Continue walking the path of righteousness, and let your life be a living testimony to the strength and power of divine love. I ask that the arts be valued, and that artists receive the recognition and resources they need to continue enriching our culture and expressing the beauty of the human condition. God calls us to be examples of His light in a world often dominated by darkness. Showing that you will not give in to temptation is a way of preaching the gospel without words. Live in such a way that those around you can see through your actions the way back to hope and true faith. The angels provide comfort and remind you that you're not alone in your struggles. They are always available to offer support and guidance when you feel tempted to take on more than you should. Seek their help to find the clarity and strength to take a step back and realign with your true purpose. God is speaking to your heart now, encouraging you to let go of responsibilities that do not belong to you. Doing so will allow your heart to heal from unnecessary stress and pain and create space to grow and flourish according to the divine design. God calls us to be careful and intentional with what we choose to carry. He wants each of us to live a full and healthy life, free from burdens we cannot bear. Trust in this guidance and allow yourself to live within the limits that have been established for your highest good. God warned that while progress is desirable, it brings unique challenges. One of these tests is the attraction of people who may not have your best interests at heart. They may try to flatter you, masking their true intentions with lies, seeking to benefit from your successes. Angels warn you that as you progress, you must be aware of those who approach you with praise that is not genuine. Progress can be a weapon that attracts not only sincere admirers, but also those who wish to manipulate or take advantage of your position. It is important to write to 4142, requesting that loneliness be alleviated so that all who feel alone can find friendship and companionship, becoming part of a loving community. The archangel emphasizes the importance of discerning between true allies and those who are simply trying to use your influence for their own benefit. Your advancement must be protected with wisdom and discernment, preventing you from becoming vulnerable to deception. God warns of the need to maintain humility and success. These qualities will help filter the intentions of others, separating the false flatterers from the true supporters. God also cautions that carrying burdens not designed for you can weigh heavily on your heart. Trying to maintain boundaries that are not yours can result in stress and emotional exhaustion because you are assuming responsibilities that should belong to others or that are beyond your human capabilities. Angels warn that by assuming limits that are not yours, you risk depleting your own reserves of strength and compassion. This can hinder your ability to care for yourself and others who truly depend on you. To receive help, it is important to know your own limits and respect the boundaries that life and God have placed on you. The archangel says that each person has their own journey and challenges to face. If you try to take on another person's challenges, you can unbalance the natural order of life, leading to consequences. God warns that allowing your past experiences to dominate your worldview may inadvertently close you off from those who wish to offer new paths or solutions. This isolation can prevent others from learning and growing from their own experiences. You must be careful not to be taken advantage of by those who wish to manipulate situations to their detriment. Remember, my son, each person who enters your life brings with them a new possibility for understanding. Do not limit these opportunities by clinging rigidly to what has already happened. Allow yourself to be receptive to the new experiences that every relationship can offer you. Once again, I pray for innovations and technological advances that improve the quality of life for everyone, making the world safer, more efficient, and more connected. The seraphim announce that maintaining a balance between learning from the past and being open to the future is key to a harmonious and productive life. I encourage you to seek this balance with the help of divine wisdom, which illuminates both the lessons of the past and the possibilities of tomorrow. God warns that the company we choose has a profound impact on our lives and character. Bad company carries a risk of dishonesty, which can lead to attitudes and actions that stray from truth and integrity, resulting in regret and personal devaluation. Angels warn that associating with those who do not value honesty can cloud your own sense of morality. This is especially dangerous because dishonesty can become a habit, weakening your virtues and compromising your moral judgment. The archangel says it is essential to distance yourself from influences that can corrupt your essence. Bad company not only generates a feeling of discomfort, but can also negatively impact your spiritual growth. God warns that the cost of maintaining relationships with dishonest people goes beyond the loss of reputation. It can deeply affect your spirit and your relationship with the divine. The decisions we make, including the company we keep, reflect our respect for ourselves and our beliefs. God has warned that as you follow the path illuminated by truth and goodness, you will naturally shine. This radiance will attract both those who seek the light and those who wish to extinguish it. Keep in mind that your presence can cause envy and discomfort among those who are accustomed to darkness. Therefore, use your brilliance not to intimidate, but to illuminate the paths of those who seek the right path. Angels warn that by standing out in your light, you will become a target for false ones who wear masks of virtue, but whose hearts are full of malice. They may try to dim your shine or twist your words to serve their own ends. Stand firm in the truth, and let your integrity speak louder, for shadows always retreat before an unbreakable light. The archangel says that the arrogance of others is not a reflection of your failure, but a testimony to the power of your presence. By maintaining confidence in your divine mission, you reflect heavenly qualities on earth, challenging those around you to examine their own lives. Be patient and compassionate, as many act out of ignorance and not malice. God says that every choice made with humility and faith is a defeat for Satan's pride. He seeks to corrupt through selfishness and arrogance, but the simple decision to act compassionately and in service to others can repel his influence. Angels provide comfort and support in times of doubt and temptation, offering their comforting presence as a reminder that you are not alone in the fight against the forces that seek to extinguish your inner light. God is speaking directly to your heart, reminding you that His grace is enough to overcome any challenge. He invites you to take refuge in His strength and love, which are inexhaustible sources of light and hope. Even in the darkest moments, God calls us to always be vigilant and prepared to face adversity with courage and faith. The pride of Satan is a formidable adversary, but not invincible. With God at your side, the light of your soul can shine brightly, dispelling any darkness that tries to envelop it. The angels bring words of comfort and encouragement. They see the difficulties you are facing and speak directly to your heart, reminding you to look beyond the facades of people. Realize that arrogance is often a veil that hides insecurity and fear. When facing these challenges with compassion and clarity, you help not only yourself, but also those who are lost in darkness. God calls us to be beacons of hope and pillars of truth in a world that sometimes seems dominated by falsehood and arrogance. Your light is a powerful force for change and healing. Move forward with confidence, knowing that you are a vital part of the divine plan to bring light where there is darkness and truth where falsehood reigns. The seraphim announce that there is great joy and peace awaiting those who choose to live according to divine plans. These blessings are far more valuable than anything the world can offer and are reserved for those who have the courage to reject what is evil and burdensome. God says that His strength and guidance are always available to you, especially in times when you need to make difficult decisions. Trust that by making choices that reflect your faith and values, you will be guided and protected by divine hands. The angels bring messages of encouragement and hope. They are always by your side, ready to help you overcome difficulties and resist the temptations that may arise on your path. With their help, you can navigate the complexities of the world without losing sight of what truly matters. The seraphim announce that the light of hope and truth will always prevail over the shadows of fear and evil. Keep your light bright and your hope alive, and you will find the ability to protect not only yourself, but also those who cannot yet defend themselves. God says that every act of kindness and every gesture of compassion are powerful weapons against the cruelty of cold hearts. Cultivate kindness within yourself and spread it to create a shield of positivity that fear cannot penetrate. The angels bring messages of comfort and peace, reminding you that the divine presence is a sanctuary against the forces of evil. By surrounding yourself with love and light, you decrease the space for cruelty to take root in your life. God warns of the importance of knowing the Scriptures, for in them we find principles and stories that teach us about the nature of the enemy and how it has operated in the past. This knowledge is vital, as history often repeats itself. Those who do not learn from the mistakes of the past are doomed to repeat them, my son. Always remember that you are not alone in this battle. The communion of saints, the intercession of the martyrs, and the constant love of God are your rear guard. In your human fragility, you may feel helpless, but with the support of heaven, no evil force will be able to prevail against you. The seraphim announce that vigilance must be constant. The enemy does not rest, and his tactics are renewed daily. Like sentinels in a fortress, we must always be attentive, observing the signs of the times and interpreting the movements around us with discernment and wisdom. God says your journey is a tapestry made up of many threads, some from the past, but many extending into the future. By valuing each experience without allowing it to define you completely, you can build a richer and more inclusive future. Angels provide comfort and clarity, helping you discern between the wisdom of the past and the needs of the present. They are always ready to help you navigate the complexities of human relationships, ensuring you remain alert to any hidden agenda that may be brewing around you. God speaks directly to your heart, encouraging you to embrace the entirety of your life experience. This includes both honoring what you have learned and remaining open to new growth. By doing so, you strengthen your ability to perceive and respond appropriately to the actions of others. God warns that attentiveness is essential because not everyone who shows empathy is sincere in their actions. Many use a mask of understanding and care to manipulate or deceive. This falsehood is dangerous and can lead to far more serious consequences than we can imagine. It is vital to remain alert and truly discern the motivations of those around you. Angels warn that false empathy is a powerful tool in the hands of those who wish to exploit the feelings of others. Always be vigilant for signs of manipulation disguised as compassion. True empathy never seeks its own benefit, but always the well-being of others. Compare actions with words to see if they truly align. The Archangel says that clarity of perception is your greatest defense against emotional deceptions. Ask the heavens for wisdom to see beyond appearances and understand people's true intentions. When something seems too good to be true, it often is, because there is something hidden that has yet to come to light. God warns about the importance of building relationships based on truth and transparency. Authentic relationships are founded on consistent actions and genuine empathy, not on mere words that change according to convenience. Invest time and energy only in those who demonstrate their value and integrity through their actions. My son, remember that sincerity of heart is a rare gem in this world. Protect your heart from those who pretend to feel what they do not, as they can lead you down paths of pain and confusion. Stay firm in your values, and do not allow the false feelings of others to determine your direction. The seraphim announce that true empathy is accompanied by acts of kindness. Do not be fooled by words that are only said to please or gain your trust. True friends will reveal themselves in times of adversity, not just in times of joy. God warns that the cruelty of cold hearts can sow fear among the weak and innocent. It is important to strengthen your faith and trust, so that these negative forces have no power over you or your loved ones. The angels warn that fear is a tool used by the cruel to control and subjugate. It is essential to maintain courage and determination and not allow these tactics to divert you from the path of righteousness and compassion. The archangel says that you have the inner strength necessary to withstand the storms caused by those with cold hearts. Trust in your resilience and seek the support of heavenly forces that are always ready to offer you protection and guidance. God warns that allowing fear to control your actions can lead to a life of restrictions and regrets. Face challenges with courage and wisdom, maintaining your integrity unwaveringly no matter the threats that may arise. God also warned that there would be times of trial when your faith and resistance would be tested by those who seek to magnify your suffering. It is in these moments that your inner strength becomes most evident. By refusing to surrender to the temptations and influences of unfaithful others and remaining firm in your convictions, you honor your divine calling and demonstrate that your faith is unbreakable. The angels warn that the challenges thrown at you by those who wish to break your spirit are, in fact, opportunities to strengthen your character and devotion. Every attempt to increase your suffering is an opportunity to show that you are above trivialities and worldly games. Keep your heart pure and your eyes fixed on the heavenly prize. The archangel says that true honor comes from facing adversity with grace and courage. Do not give in to despair or revenge, for these are the weapons of the weak. Instead, find strength and understanding by showing others that the shadows of the world cannot dim the light within you. God says it is better to walk alone than to be in the bad company of people who use empathy as a mask for their true interests. Such individuals can corrupt even the strongest of spirits. Seek the company of those who, like you, value truth and authenticity above all else. Angels provide comfort to those who feel isolated because they choose integrity. They remind us that we are never alone, as the heavenly hosts are always with us, offering love and support. Find strength in your faith and communion with those who truly matter. Los Angeles warns that false empathy is a powerful tool in the hands of those who wish to exploit the feelings of others. Always be alert to signs of manipulation disguised as compassion. True empathy never seeks one's own benefit, but always the well-being of others. Compare actions with words to see if they truly align. The archangel says that the clarity of perception is your greatest defense against emotional deceptions. Ask the heavens for wisdom to see beyond appearances and understand people's true intentions. When something seems too good to be true, it often is, as there is something hidden that has yet to come to light. God warns about the importance of building relationships based on truth and transparency. Authentic relationships are grounded in consistent actions and genuine empathy, not on mere words that change according to convenience. Invest time and energy only in those who demonstrate their value and integrity through their actions. My son, my daughter,